So it turns out that yesterday was a bigger day than we thought. I talked about how there was good news yesterday, how Ukraine had struck down a Russian plane, but it turns out there were two of them. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. My name is Gerdes. I'm just a professor trying to provide context in the war in Ukraine. It is Sunday, May 4th, 2025. If you're not familiar with me, I do these daily briefs every morning and then in the evening, East Coast, Eastern Standard Time in the United States. I'll do three big stories and sometimes I'll do some videos in between. Please consider subscribing. All right, so here, for the first time in history, a warplane was destroyed by a sea drone. And I reported on that yesterday. So this changed, seaborne drones were knocking down a plane, but it's two planes. We'll talk about this. Look at this. So ahead of the Ukrainian GUR, General Kirill Budanov, disclosed that not one, but two Su-30s have been shot down over the Black Sea. Additionally, the missiles used for their destructions were, wait for it, they were American-made AIM-9 Sidewinders. It's interesting that they were using that, and it seems like they're getting along a little bit better with the Americans after the mineral deal. There were two military aid packages, one for $50 million and another for $300+ million that were just, they're still in the process of working their way through, but it looks like they'll be approved. The missiles were fired by Magura V7 naval drones. These are a variant of the Magura 5. Yesterday, I think I reported it was a Magura V5. That's what we thought at the time, which is specialized in carrying these missiles. So a little bit about these. This is an image of the Magura 7 sea drone that shot down the two Su-30 aircraft. It looks like this. And see these missiles on the side? That's what was used yesterday. The V5 was apparently created to kind of just go ram enemy ships. This probably can do that, but it can also hit airborne attackers, and there are helicopters coming out trying to shoot it, and then airplanes, and the airplanes got knocked down. Here's a little from Naval News. Sidewinder arm Magura 7 V7 surface drone. A little bit about it. It's quite different from the USV used to carry Sea Dragon missiles. So this is part of the conflict here. We thought, like, how did they do it with the particular missiles that they did? Because those weren't supposed to be able to do it, but they were using different missiles. That was a wider hole, large fixed launch rails. V7 is essentially an enlarged Magura V5, the baseline model used to ram enemy ships with an explosive charge. The two American-made Sidewinder missiles are mounted on their aircraft launch rails, which appear to be elevated for launch. And so this is what it looks like, a little image of it. So they have these launch rails here to launch, well, okay, so these were supposed to be AA-11 Archer short-range missiles. They were Sidewinders instead. A Sidewinder looks like this. This is just a AIM-9X. I think it was AM-9 that was shot, but it should look very similar. Okay, so that's the background there. And by the way, the drones came out here from the bottom of Ukraine and around the Black Sea and was harassing in Novorossiysk, and then the planes were flying out to meet them, and that's where they stopped their flight. Okay, clarification. Budanov confirmed that the crew of the first Su-30 survived and was rescued by a civilian vessel in the Black Sea. The second plane, preliminary reports indicate its crew did not survive. So that's what we know as of right now. Again, there's a fog of war kind of effect. All right, this would be the first Sidewinder kills on Russian fast jets during the Ukraine war. So it's a big story. And we see this here when we're looking at the losses of the occupiers in Ukraine. We see it right here, 2 aircraft knocked down yesterday. All right, what else did we see yesterday? This was charged yesterday. We didn't know it at first when we started yesterday. We thought there was only one. So 1340 Russians off the battlefield day over day. 11 tanks, 24 armored fighting vehicles, 52 artillery systems. If you're paying attention, these numbers just went up significantly. This number went up by about 200 or 300. and multiple launch rocket systems and air defense, and then 129 vehicles and fuel tanks. So the intensity on the battlefield has certainly gone up. If you look at it day over day, just doing, looking at my Excel spreadsheet here, we have 1340. We haven't seen numbers like this since April 10th. That's the last day. So it's been about a month since we've seen it this high, which isn't really that high compared to like January, where it's like 15, 17, 19, right? It's quite a difference. But yeah, it's been about a month of a lower ebb, but it's 1210. It's almost 12 or 1207 is almost a 1210 average for April. All right. If we look at this dashboard that Ragnar Gudmundsson put together, third most engagements of 2025 yesterday, casualties well above the 7-day average, drone and land-based equipment losses well above average, 2 military planes, last one was in February, visually confirmed batches 2.3 to 1.7 of visual confirmed losses, but $152 million worth of losses for the Russians yesterday. And the strike ratio is about 10 to 1. So that's come down quite a bit. All right. Russia launched 165 drones overnight, made 3 to 4, including UAVs and decoys. Ukrainian defenses shot down 69 Shahed-type drones and neutralized 80 decoys that failed to reach their targets. Last night, Russia's attack on Kyiv injured 11 people, including two children. Russians targeted homes, a supermarket, a shopping mall, and three districts of the capital. Fires burned through the night. Families pulled each other from the rubble. These are not military targets. It's almost surreal because I feel like I just reported this yesterday. A supermarket, a shopping mall, and private homes. Right, like this is what they do day over day. This is firemen putting out the fire here. Aftermath of Russian drone attack on Kyiv right now, a shopping mall in the Oblon district of north of Kyiv. So, and this is a panned out view of the same event. Russians asked for silence on May 9th, yet they strike Ukraine every single day. This is cynicism of the highest order, says Zelensky. So you want peace for your parade, but where's the peace for the civilians that are keeping targeted day over day while they sleep in their homes? Zelensky slammed Russia's latest drone blitz, which struck homes and dormitories overnight across Kyiv, Cherkasy, Kharkiv, Mykolaiv, and Donetsk. The 165 drones were Iranian Shaheds. Russia asked for silence again on May 9th, but attacks us every day. It's cynicism. That's right. The aftermath of Russian drone attack on Kyiv last night, 3 people injured, 2 of them kids, fires and damage in 3 districts of the city, private homes, residential buildings. This is what it looks like on the ground. It's pretty sad. Now, Ina Sovsun is a member of the Ukrainian parliament. She posted this: Russian missile was shot down near my home. The blast tore the handle off my window. I've never been this close. I'm okay, but I'm terrified. For those in my neighborhood whose homes the drone hit. Peace talks, they say, while Russians send drones into our homes. How would you feel if that was you? I mean, I'm pretty sure you'd have the same kind of, yeah, they're not really interested in peace kind of attitude. Russian Telegram channels also reported a fire at the Strela plant in Bryansk. The Ukrainians were hitting back last night. The plant produces radar equipment, transformers, throttles, coils, filters, and other electronics, not civilian targets. Preliminary information: a warehouse and administrative building are on fire. Okay, here's another image of that same Strela plant fire. Okay, Cross direction. Let's look at the battlefield. The cross direction is usually the highest place in the battlefield. 68 assaults yesterday, and that's a very high number. That high number is again correlated to the higher number over here of 1340. APCs, buses, trucks, everything that move. Now it doesn't. Ukraine special forces were using drones to strike Russian logistics. Here last night, Ukraine's vampire drone, the Baba Yaga, struck Russian military targets in Belgorod, destroying a mortar position, an underground bunker with tandem high explosives. And then Ukrainian forces struck the headquarters of Russia's 6th Motorized Rifle Division near Bakhmut, according to the general staff. All right, just a little bit left. When Lilika takes to the sky, this is a Ukrainian drone. Someone on the enemy side is already doomed. These things are pretty deadly. And I'll leave you with this image: well armed freedom stops tyranny. That's where Ukraine is. And they're the shield for the rest of the world. Thank you, my friends, for your time. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the subscribes. And thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine.